Superman, Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Wonder Woman, and Batman face a mysterious alien signal erupting over Africa that threatens the entire continent. Ordinary training drills explode into chaos as hidden powers awaken, and strange phenomena hint at a dark multiversal threat. The villain's forbidden past is revealed, an ancient experiment tied to alien civilizations aiming to dominate not just Earth, but the galaxy. Heroes clash with monstrous minions in epic battles, betrayals emerge, and hidden abilities ignite in ways no one expected. The climax teases a shocking secret. The superheroes themselves are linked to a galactic prophecy, making the villain's plans painfully personal. Shadows over the savannah. The African sun was merciless, beating down on the sprawling training grounds where some of Earth's mightiest heroes tested their limits. Superman hovered above, his cape snapping in the wind, scanning the horizon with heat vision that glimmered faintly like molten gold. Below, Hulk's colossal fist smashed through simulated boulders, each crash sending tremors across the savannah that made the dust swirl like tiny tornadoes. Iron Man swooped past in a streak of red and gold, thrusters sparking, testing new flight maneuvers, while Thor's hammer spun in his hand, lightning crackling faintly, as if impatient for real combat. Wonder Woman's lasso glimmered in the sun, cutting through training drones with elegant precision, and Batman watched from the shadows, analyzing every movement, every tactic, every reaction. On the surface, it was just another day. But something in the air, an unexplainable vibration, made the heroes uneasy. Superman's gaze sharpened. Hulk froze mid-smash, his roar catching in his throat. Iron Man's HUD flickered as unknown energy readings spiked. Thor tilted his head. Something awakens. I sense it in the storms of old, he murmured. Wonder Woman narrowed her eyes, her instincts screaming danger. Even Batman, usually unshaken, felt the twitch of something ancient and forbidden. Then it happened. A high-pitched signal burst from a distant tower, carving the sky with flashes of kryptonite blue light. The savannah trembled. Birds scattered in panic. The team instinctively moved into position. Superman flew toward the source. Hulk charged with a roar that shook the nearby trees. Iron Man rocketed into the sky, and Thor swung his hammer, lightning dancing around him like a living serpent. Wonder Woman leaped into the air, her lasso whipping to catch flying debris, and Batman pulled out a gadget that scanned the strange energy. What in the? Iron Man muttered, eyes glowing behind his visor. This isn't terrestrial. It's something else. Before anyone could react further, a shadow rose on the horizon. A colossal figure, jagged and alien, stepped from the dust. Its armor reflected the sun, but its face, or what passed for one, was grotesque. A fusion of technology and organic nightmare, teeth glinting unnaturally. Its eyes burned with a dark intelligence. Hulk instinctively stepped forward, fists clenched. Who or what are you? Superman demanded, voice calm but tense. The shadow didn't answer. Instead, it raised a hand, and the ground beneath them exploded. The heroes were thrown back, tumbling through the air like rag dolls. Thor slammed his hammer into the soil, channeling lightning to stabilize the terrain, while Wonder Woman shielded civilians on the outskirts. Batman's grappling hook saved Iron Man from crashing into a ravine. Superman recovered mid-flight and blasted toward the figure, but a pulse of dark energy knocked him back with the force of a hurricane. The figure laughed, a sound that was both mechanical and organic, echoing like a nightmare chorus. Earth weak. Multiverse mine. The team regrouped, forming a defensive perimeter. Hulk roared, launching into the enemy with unrestrained fury, fists connecting with alien metal with bone-shattering impact. Thor's hammer collided with the villain's armor, sparks flying, lightning screaming. Iron Man unleashed a barrage of missiles. Wonder Woman fired energy-infused arrows, and Superman's heat vision cut streaks through the air. Batman, silent and calculating, activated specialized EMP devices, trying to exploit the figure's technological weaknesses. But every attack seemed ineffective. The villain absorbed energy, adapting instantly, countering with dark, alien power that warped reality around him. The savannah itself twisted, the air thick with tension, the sky flashing in unnatural colors, the ground trembling. Why are you here? Wonder Woman shouted, deflecting a dark energy spike with her shield. What do you want? The villain's head tilted. You are part of what will fall. And yet, you will also be part of what I reshape. The word sent chills down the team's spines. There was intent here, beyond mere destruction, strategy, history, purpose. Batman's eye scanned every symbol etched into the villain's armor. Ancient alien scripts, forbidden experiments, bloodlines and wars long thought forgotten. Superman's jaw tightened. This isn't just Earth. He's aiming higher. Multiversal domination. The villain smirked, vanishing in a blink of dark energy. In that instant, the savannah was silent. The pulse remained, resonating with a frequency that seemed to pierce their very minds. Something inside each hero stirred memories, instincts, fears. Hidden powers began to whisper, half awake. Hulk felt strength surging beyond normal limits. Thor's connection to cosmic storms deepened, unpredictable yet intoxicating. Iron Man's suit reacted to unknown energy flows. Wonder Woman felt a lineage of warriors pulse through her veins. Batman realized his greatest fears might be true. Was that it? Iron Man asked cautiously. Or the beginning? Beginning, Superman said grimly. This was a warning. He's testing us, and we just woke something we may not understand yet. The heroes returned to base, scanning every reading, analyzing every signal. Ancient archives were unearthed, showing hints of a villain tied to forbidden experiments by alien civilizations, linking to conflicts older than recorded history. Every lead pointed to one conclusion. The villain had not just a plan for Earth, but the galaxy itself. And then, the first twist. Hulk's rage flared uncontrollably, revealing a new, terrifying form, a power he had never tapped before. Even Thor's lightning faltered in awe. Wonder Woman gasped, sensing energy unlike anything she trained for. Batman noted the anomaly in his log, eyes narrowed with suspicion. Superman, hovering above the base, felt the weight of a responsibility far beyond anything he had faced. The part ends with a chilling shot. The villain standing atop a distant plateau, arms raised, eyes glowing across multiple spectra. In a low, omnipotent tone, he whispered to himself, "They do not yet know. The universe itself will bend to me." Lightning flashed in the savannah sky. The camera pans back to the heroes, exhausted but resolute. Somewhere deep, every one of them feels it. The fight is only beginning, and nothing will ever be the same. The Forbidden Archive. Night fell over Africa, but the darkness was pierced by auroras that flickered unnaturally, dancing across the sky in shades of violet and green. The heroes, bruised but unbroken, had traced the earlier energy pulse to the ruins of a once great city buried beneath the savannah. Hidden beneath collapsed stone and sand was an underground archive, untouched for millennia, its walls carved with alien script that pulsed faintly under their gaze. Batman led the team, moving silently, scanning for traps. His gadgets translated fragments of a language, revealing cryptic warnings. The experiment awakens. The bloodline will awaken. Beware the one who transcends worlds. Iron Man hovered above, scanning with multiple sensors, beams cutting through the dark. Whatever did this, it wasn't human, he muttered. These readings, they're beyond physics. Hulk's eyes glowed faintly green as he stepped forward, drawn to symbols etched deep into the walls. Thor's hammer thrummed in resonance, and Wonder Woman's lasso sparked faintly, reacting to unseen energy. Superman's vision penetrated layers of stone, revealing holographic archives floating midair, memories, battles, experiments, and records of alien civilizations long erased from history. A central chamber opened before them, revealing a giant pedestal with a pulsating crystal at its center. The energy from the crystal resonated with every hero in a unique way. Batman studied the inscriptions. One of your own will awaken the gate. The chosen will face the shadow of creation itself. Before anyone could react further, the crystal flared violently, casting a light that burned through the chamber. The heroes shielded their eyes. When the light dimmed, a vision appeared, fragmented, terrifying. The villain's origin. He had been an alien warlord, betrayed by his own civilization, cast into forbidden experiments that merged dark energy, technology, and ancient bloodlines. His goal had always been singular, not just to conquer worlds, but to reshape entire galaxies in his image. And as the vision ended, a shocking revelation hit the team. The villains' experiments had traced their own bloodlines, their DNA, their heroic essence. Superman's jaw tightened. He's linked to us, to our powers, to our very existence. Wonder Woman's eyes widened. It's not just Earth. He's been planning this for generations. Hulk growled, smashing his fists against the walls. Hulk, not like this. Hulk, smash him. The villain's influence was already spreading. From the chamber, dark tendrils of energy snaked outward, seeking points of weakness across the continent. Iron Man's HUD exploded with alerts. These aren't random attacks. He's testing us, mapping us. Suddenly, the archive shook violently. The walls cracked, alien symbols glowing red as if alive. From the shadows, monstrous minions emerged, creatures of metal and flesh, war machines animated by dark energy. Their movements were unnerving, unnatural, each step leaving scorched impressions in the stone. Looks like we've got company, Spider-Man quipped, swinging into action. Hope you brought your A-game. Hulk roared and charged, smashing the nearest minion into pieces. Thor's lightning arced across the chamber, frying several more. Wonder Woman's lasso whirled with incredible speed, binding enemies and flinging them into walls. Batman coordinated from the shadows, taking out enemies with precision strikes and tech traps. Superman lifted massive debris, crushing approaching minions before they could react. Iron Man fired concentrated energy blasts, barely keeping the dark creatures at bay. Even with their combined might, the battle was brutal. Every attack seemed anticipated, every victory temporary. The villain's presence was felt in every strike, as if he was there, guiding the monsters, testing their strengths, pushing their limits. Then, the first twist. Hulk's form began shifting uncontrollably. A darker version of his power awakened, muscles bulging, energy flaring. His roar shattered the ceiling. The minions faltered, terrified of the new Hulk, but the team struggled to control the chaos. Thor glanced at him, concern etched on his face. This is more than rage, friend. Something ancient stirs within you. Amidst the chaos, Batman discovered a hidden console. He activated it, revealing a holographic map of the multiverse, with glowing nodes marking planets, dimensions, and timelines. One node pulsed faster than the others, Earth, and specifically, the hero's current location. He's not just here, Batman said gravely. He's everywhere, and he's watching us through time itself. A sudden tremor shook the chamber. The villain appeared, stepping from a portal of dark energy, his form larger and more terrifying than before. The heroes paused, stunned by his presence. "You found my secrets," he said, voice echoing like a chorus of nightmares. "But this is only the beginning." Superman flew forward, fists ready. "We won't let you hurt anyone else." The villain's eyes glowed red. "You misunderstand. I'm not here for mere destruction. I am here to reclaim what was always mine. And you, heroes, are part of the inheritance." The part ends on a cliffhanger. The villain raised his hand, summoning an immense energy pulse that fractured the chamber. Shadows twisted into monstrous forms. The multiverse itself seemed to quiver, and each hero felt an inexplicable pull toward the crystal. A whisper echoed in Superman's mind. The prophecy awakens. You are not just protectors, you are catalysts. As the camera pans out, the auroras over Africa burn brighter than ever. The ruins tremble, and the villain's laughter echoes across dimensions. The heroes stand, battered but unbroken, staring at a future that promises betrayal, awakening, and war across galaxies. Awakened powers. The morning sun rose over the savannah, but the landscape seemed forever changed. Rubble from the previous night's battle smoldered, alien scorch marks cutting across the earth like veins of a wound. The heroes regrouped, but the atmosphere was tense. Something had shifted. Not just the battlefield, but themselves. Powers that had been dormant were stirring, instincts sharper, reflexes faster, and energy coursing through them in unfamiliar ways. Hulk's eyes glowed an eerie emerald. His fists trembled with raw power, enough to tear the ground itself, and yet he struggled to control it. "Hulk can't stop it," he growled, panic mixing with rage. Thor stepped forward, hammer in hand, observing carefully. This is no ordinary awakening. It is the storm of ancient power calling to you. Iron Man scanned Hulk with his suit's new adaptive interface. He's unstable. Energy levels are spiking at a rate I've never recorded. If he loses control... Tony's voice trailed off, unspoken horror hanging in the air. Wonder Woman placed a hand on Hulk's shoulder. We'll help you. You're not alone in this. Meanwhile, Superman's vision pierced the horizon. The villain was already mobilizing, opening rifts that connected Earth to distant alien battlefields. Entire armies of hybrid monsters poured through, half machine, half organic, all terrifying. Spider-Man swung between collapsing buildings, webbing creatures mid-air. Looks like rush hour just got way worse, he quipped, but the tension in his voice betrayed him. Batman observed quietly, cataloging everything. Then his eyes widened. The villain had left a trail, an interdimensional signature linked directly to the heroes themselves. Hidden in the villain's manipulations was a trap designed to exploit their lineage, their bloodlines, and their powers. He's baiting us, Batman said gravely, and he knows exactly which strings to pull. The team launched into action. Thor hurled lightning into the rifts, closing some temporarily. Hulk smashed hordes of minions with uncontrollable force, shaking the very earth. Iron Man unleashed new energy blasts, piercing through alien armor with surgical precision. Wonder Woman's lasso now glowed with energy, capturing multiple enemies at once. Superman fought above, his heat vision and super speed creating shockwaves. Spider-Man moved at lightning-fast reflexes, dodging attacks no human or hero should survive. Amid the chaos, the first betrayal shook the team. A holographic message appeared mid-battle, revealing that one of the villain's agents had infiltrated Iron Man's network, redirecting his weapons to strike allies. Iron Man shouted, "No, my system's hacked." The missile spun toward Hulk and Wonder Woman, forcing last-second evasive maneuvers. Superman caught both, but the betrayal stung. Trust was already fraying. The villain appeared briefly in the skies, a spectral projection, taunting the heroes. Do you feel it? Your power is mine to awaken or destroy. Your rage, your lineage, they are keys to my throne. Then came the second twist. Hulk's energy surge triggered a dimensional instability. A portal ripped open beneath the battlefield, showing glimpses of alien worlds, ancient ruins, and a cosmic throne of shadow and fire. Hulk stumbled, almost falling in, and Thor caught him just in time. This is beyond Earth, Thor said, thunder in his voice. It's the multiverse bending. Superman gritted his teeth. We're not ready for this. None of us are. But his words were drowned by the arrival of a monstrous hybrid, half alien, half robot, taller than any skyscraper. It roared, a deafening sound that made the ground crack, and advanced with deadly precision toward the heroes. Wonder Woman's eyes narrowed. We have to work together. Now, a synchronized assault erupted. Hulk's raw power collided with Thor's lightning in perfect tandem, creating a force field that pushed back the monstrous hybrid. Superman's heat vision and Iron Man's beams combined, cutting a swath of destruction. Spider-Man swung overhead, distracting the creature with acrobatic strikes, while Batman planted high-tech traps that detonated with blinding precision. Wonder Woman's lasso ensnared the creature's mechanical arm, and she threw it into the energy rift, collapsing it partially. The hybrid faltered, but then the villain's voice echoed through the battlefield. Impressive, but still children playing with powers they barely understand. Suddenly, Hulk's uncontrollable energy flared again. His body radiated a blinding emerald light, transforming him into a colossal titan-like figure. The monstrous hybrid froze, almost intimidated. Thor's eyes widened. By Odin he is the storm incarnate. And then the third twist struck. The villain triggered a new rift, pulling Superman toward it. Superman fought to resist, but glimpses of his ancestors, warriors from other dimensions, flashed before his eyes. He realized that his own powers, his very lineage, were tied to the villain's experiments. The revelation hit like a hammer. The villain's plan was not just conquest, it was reclamation of what he considered his legacy, and the heroes themselves were unknowingly part of it. Spider-Man shouted, "Soups, don't go. but the hero was sucked partially into the portal before Thor and Hulk managed to stabilize the ground. Superman's body hovered halfway, energy crackling violently around him, screaming in pain and fury. The part ends on a cliffhanger. The villain's shadow stretches across the battlefield, an interdimensional figure of terrifying scale. His laughter merges, with the screams of portals opening everywhere. Hulk's emerald form roars, Thor's lightning arcs uncontrollably, and Wonder Woman stands defiant, lasso glowing like a beacon. The final narration echoes across the savannah. The awakening has begun. Powers stir, loyalties will fracture, and the multiverse itself trembles. The heroes are no longer just protectors, they are catalysts for a war beyond worlds. Descent into chaos. The battlefield was a war zone. Smoldering earth, jagged energy rifts, and alien debris littered the savannah. The heroes moved like lightning, Superman tearing through the air with precision strikes, Hulk smashing obstacles with unstoppable force, Thor channeling storms that lit up the skies, Wonder Woman cutting through hordes with her glowing lasso, Iron Man unleashing pinpoint energy blasts, Spider-Man swinging acrobatically between chaos, and Batman coordinating tactical strikes from the shadows. The villain watched from above, his form larger and more terrifying than before, energy rippling around him like a living shadow. His army of hybrid monsters advanced relentlessly. Every move of the heroes seemed anticipated. Every attack they launched was countered with precision. The villain wasn't just fighting them. He was testing them, learning their limits, exploiting their instincts. Hulk surged forward, glowing green energy radiating from his body. "Hulk smash now," he bellowed, sending shockwaves that shattered the ground. Thor joined with a bolt of lightning, merging raw power with precision. Together, they tore through swathes of the alien army. Superman's heat vision cut through armor hybrids, while Wonder Woman's lasso restrained multiple enemies simultaneously. Spider-Man darted in and out, distracting and webbing foes with blistering speed. Iron Man's tech adapted in real time, creating shields and countermeasures to contain the villain's energy pulses. Amid the chaos, Batman discovered an unusual pattern in the enemy movements. He realized the villain was creating zones of energy influence, small fields that amplified fear, anger, and doubt in the heroes. It was subtle, insidious, but enough to make even the strongest hesitate. "He's playing with our minds," Batman muttered, eyes scanning rapidly. "Focus on control. Ignore the pain. Ignore the fear." Meanwhile, Superman fought through his own awakening. His partial pull into the multiversal rift left him exhausted, but energy hummed through his veins, unlocking new strength. He could sense the villain's link to his bloodline now, an ancestral power embedded in him, connected to the dark experiments of old. Each punch and flight maneuver felt heavier, more significant, as if the air itself responded to his presence. Hulk's uncontrolled energy began to stabilize, slightly under Thor's guidance. "Focus your storm within, friend. Let obey your mind, not rage," Thor said. Hulk's emerald glow pulsed, then dimmed slightly as he gained partial control over his immense strength. The villain struck suddenly, sending a wave of dark energy across the battlefield. Iron Man's suit adapted, but the force pushed him off his feet. Wonder Woman blocked with her shield, deflecting deadly shards of alien metal, while Spider-Man narrowly avoided being skewered. The villain's form shifted, blending shadow and energy into a terrifying silhouette, and he let out a low, reverberating laugh. "You think you understand me?" he hissed. "You are only beginning to awaken." Superman intercepted one of the energy rifts midair, destroying it, but dozens more appeared across the field. The villain's power was spreading, consuming the landscape, warping reality itself. Batman scanners revealed a horrifying truth. The villain's energy was feeding on every negative emotion, every fear, and every doubt among the heroes. If unchecked, it could amplify beyond anything they'd ever faced. Hulk roared, smashing a massive alien war machine into pieces. Thor's hammer struck a lightning bolt into a collapsing rift, temporarily stabilizing it. Wonder Woman hurled multiple enemies into the distance with precision. Spider-Man distracted the remaining hybrids, weaving through chaos with unmatched speed. Iron Man fired energy blasts, creating corridors for the team to regroup. Superman's speed and strength created shockwaves that cleared paths through the battlefield, protecting civilians still trapped at the edges. The villain's voice rang out, omnipresent. Your awakening is incomplete, but soon, the multiverse itself will kneel before me. Yet, the heroes refused to yield. Together, they pushed back, creating moments of calm amid the storm. Hulk's power stabilized further. Thor's lightning danced in perfect harmony with Superman's strikes. Wonder Woman's lasso moved faster than the eye could follow. Spider-Man's agility saved allies from lethal attacks. Iron Man's tech adapted on the fly, and Batman's tactical precision kept the team coordinated. The battlefield remained chaotic, but the heroes, battered, weary, and tested beyond measure, held their ground. For the first time, the villain's full force was matched by unified strategy and the raw, emerging powers of Earth's greatest defenders. By the end of the day, the savannah was scarred, but the heroes were still standing. The villain had not been defeated, yet the team's cohesion and awakening powers had made a visible impact. They had learned, adapted, and survived. A temporary victory in a war that stretched across dimensions. Multiversal reckoning. The skies over Africa burned with chaos. Rifts to other dimensions tore open, warping the land, scattering debris, and flooding the battlefield with alien energy. The villain hovered above, colossal and unstoppable, eyes blazing with multiversal fury. His army of hybrid monstrosities surged endlessly, and the very air vibrated with dark power. Superman led the charge, flying at breakneck speed, fists glowing with heat vision-infused energy. Hulk, now fully mastering his emerald power, thundered through the ranks, smashing war machines and monstrous hybrids into dust. Thor's lightning crackled wildly, striking multiple targets, while Wonder Woman's lasso glowed like a beacon, pulling enemies into precise traps. Spider-Man moved faster than the eye could follow, webbing rifts shut before more creatures could escape. Iron Man's suit adapted instantaneously, shielding allies and creating deadly countermeasures. Batman coordinated strikes from the shadows, exploiting weaknesses in the villain's army. The villain laughed, a sound that shook the battlefield and resonated across dimensions. You've grown strong, but still, you do not understand. You are pieces in a puzzle you cannot see. Then came the revelation. The villain's energy surged toward Superman. Visions flashed, ancient bloodlines, forbidden experiments, and a galactic prophecy linking heroes and villain alike. Superman's eyes widened. Our powers, our legacy, it's all connected. Hulk roared, smashing a monstrous hybrid, while Thor called down a storm that split the skies. Wonder Woman hurled enemies into collapsing rifts, Spider-Man acrobatically blocked lethal strikes, and Iron Man fired synchronized energy beams. Batman's voice cut through the chaos. Focus! We fight as one. Now we end this. The villain's full form manifested, a towering fusion of alien, machine, and shadow. He raised his hand, aiming to collapse the multiverse into his control. But the heroes, unified and awakened, combined powers in a synchronized strike. Superman's energy clashed with Hulk's shockwaves, Thor's lightning amplified by Wonder Woman's lasso, Iron Man's beams channeled through Spider-Man's webs, and Batman's traps destabilized the villain's armor. A blinding explosion of light engulfed the battlefield. Time seemed to pause. The villain screamed as the heroes' combined force shattered his connection to the multiversal rifts. Pieces of his energy fell like shards of a broken mirror. Then the ultimate reveal. The heroes were not only defenders, they were catalysts of a prophecy. Their bloodlines, powers, and unity were the key to maintaining multiversal balance. The villain's experiments had linked them from birth, shaping them to confront the ultimate threat. Superman landed, exhausted but resolute, Hulk's green energy finally calming, Thor's storm settling into gentle arcs, Wonder Woman standing tall with glowing lasso, Spider-Man panting yet alert, Iron Man's armor damaged but functional, and Batman surveying the battlefield with grim satisfaction. The villain, reduced to a whisper of shadow, hissed one last warning. This is not the end, the prophecy will awaken again. But the heroes knew the truth now. Together, they could face any threat, multiversal or otherwise. Africa lay scarred but safe, the sky beginning to clear, and the team stood united, not just as Earth's defenders, but as protectors of the multiverse itself. The camera pans out over the savannah. The auroras fade, The rifts close, and the heroes, battered yet victorious, stare into the horizon, ready for whatever new threat emerges. The war is over for now,